What's going on, guys? So I noticed that a lot of times we look it up on YouTube videos, we always try to find like on Lost Ark, play characters, and then try to see if there's a guide. There's really not a lot of guides out there, so I hope this one helps. This one is for the Berzerker class, which is a tree branch of the warrior. Berserker class is a really good class, especially for beginners, because the high armor really gives you a lot of forgiveness for your mistakes. It does a lot of damage. It's a slow class, but definitely easy to learn. And I want to say medium to master to get your combos really in and really push your enemy to the edge. I'm gonna show you here all the 340 skill points that I use for PvP. Both of this, I think the biggest change that I do on 1v1 to 3v3 is that on 1v1 I like to use Maelstrom. But for 3v3, I'll swap that out, and I like to put a Sword Storm instead because of the Earthquake. And if I can land on all three enemies, then I'm helping my team out because I'm CCing the enemy with a hard CC. So the first one, I believe this is one of your biggest damage dealer. It's your Execution skill. I have it on Q right away, and I put it on Tenacity. Some people enjoy putting a little bit of Enhanced Attack, just to get that extra 20%, but it takes a little bit longer to use. But a lot of people like to use it as a finisher when the enemy's already down, he can't fight back. So it's your choice. Find Weakness, guarantee 40% more damage to enemies immune to stun and knockbacks. And then Confirm Dead, that's when your skill is going to become a combo skill, and you're going to be able to execute it 2 times doing 250% more damage. So it looks like this. It's a really nice skill. Oh, sorry about that. There you go. Second one is Mountain Crash. Mountain Crash is a skill that you stomp the ground. 10 points as well on it. I like to put it in Enhanced to increase the stun duration. Lethargic, that if I hit them, they get slowed. And then Seismic Wave, for me, is a better option because I like to use it if the enemy is trying to run away. And if I hit them, that gives the stun on them. And it also slows them down, allowing me to catch up to them. We don't have a lot of close gappers that we can effectively use after we already used that first push. Second skill is going to be Tempest, a Tempest Slash. Another skill that is really good for damage. A lot of times Berserkers like to use this skill as kind of like an opener after you've closed that gap between you and the enemy. Swift movement, so the skill comes out faster. Again, it's a very slow class. Enhanced attack to gain damage bonus of 25%, and then Raging Storm. So you spin the sword thrice, and you do 60% more damage on the enemy. Looks real nice. Windblade, another gap closer. Also 10 points on it. Accelerate. So when you're doing the damage with this skill, you actually gain a buff for 5 seconds for 15%. Enhanced attack to increase the damage, and then Wind Swift. So you're spinning towards the enemy in just a faster animation. It's really good to use this, followed by immediately using Tempest Slash. So you're basically already on top of the enemy, and they've been staggered by your Wind Blade. Next is Red Dust. Red Dust is 10 points as well. Swift movement, so the skill comes out faster. Blood Wave Strike. This bleed on PvP is amazing. There's been times where I've won just because the bleed was clicking, was dotting. And just that alone right there, it's a really good skill to have. And then, of course, Red Wave to increase the damage and the range of the skill. Maelstrom for 1v1 for me. I like to do focus, get more rage, enhanced attack to do more damage, and then dent. So increases the damage done and the duration of the stun from the second strike if it hits on the enemy. This is one of our gap closers, Divine Slash. I put 10 points as well. Increase the distance of my jump. Using this skill, movement speed also is increased after I jump. And then Blade Shards, so the enemy actually gets weared out and they bleed as well. And then last one is our movement skill, which is Shoulder Charge. I only have 4 points. Some people like to put Continuous Charge. It gets a longer cooldown, but you are able to use this skill twice. I only leave it at 1 and use the dash just 1 time. For me is enough. I already have 3 gap closers in this kit. I don't need the double dash to be able to catch an enemy. Or I haven't felt the need that I needed to use it. Just to show you a little bit of the skills. Let me put the skills on the bar. Alright, so to show the skills, first one is execution. It will look something like this. Your second skill is mountain crash. You can also use it at a distance. And you also stagger the enemy and make them tremble. It's kind of a CC. Consider it somewhat of a stun. Your third skill is temper slash. Big damage. Fourth skill is wind blade. Again, you can use it as a gap closer. Fifth skill is red dust. And then he will bleed the enemy. Fourth skill is maelstrom. Seventh skill is diving slash. This is your gap closer as well. Knocks them down. And then your last skill is your shoulder charge. Don't make that mistake right there. Don't use it. This is on my PvE setup. I meant to use this. There you go. So you get a quick approach. Some of the basic combos that I see a lot happening, and I recommend using them, especially if you're new and you're getting used to your skills, is you can use your shoulder charge followed by your tempest slash and then a red dust and just wait it out. So right here you do shoulder followed by it and red dust, walk away. Most likely the enemy, a lot of people like to use their escape, which is when you press your space bar as soon as you get knocked down. They like to use it right away. So after the tempest slash, you probably only have enough time to do the red dust. After that, if you try to use another skill, the enemy most likely will not move. Now, if the enemy has not moved, or he already has used escape, and you do the same combo, approach it with a tempest slash, right after red dust, you can go and finish with execution. Again, a lot of damage on the enemy. Really, really good combo. Another combo to use that is also really good is you use your wind blade followed by tempest slash, red dust, and execution. So wind blade, tempest slash, red dust, and then execution. Those are really, really good combos to use, especially for enemies that have already used their escape, and then that gives you a chance to just basically dish out as much damage as possible. Afterwards, if the enemy is still down, you can always use maelstrom while they're already down, and then mountain crash. I personally don't use mountain crash. I'll walk away, let the cooldowns. You don't want to be too aggressive, because if they do get up and use a skill, you're standing right there, they're immune, and that just ends badly for you. Another one that I like to use is I like to use mountain crash to create without having to use any of my gap closers. So I'll just use a mountain crash from afar, then shoulder charge, followed by execution, soul dust, and maelstrom. And one of the last ones, again, still very basic skills, is just diving slash, followed by tempest slash, and then you use a mountain crash. So you jump on the enemy, followed by bringing them back up, and from far away you do a mountain crash, which keeps them there. They're slowed, allows you a chance to work your cooldowns. Alright guys, let me know in the comments if you want to see more combos. I know that there's way better Berserkers out there than I. They have been playing this game since release in Korea, Japan, Russia, all the other countries except the NA, because we never get a chance to play this game. We finally are. So I'm very grateful for the companies that are working towards it to get it. Drop a like. Let me know if you want to know another guides and other characters, and I'll try to build it as best as I can. Thank you.